I suppose one of the pinnacles of your career, you know, it'd be like being a football player training for 3 years and not getting a game. The opportunity to put into practice the stuff that you've learnt over the last 6 or 7 years, and you know, once you step off that plane and have a look around and realise it's game day, can't beat it.
For someone like me without any real military background, can you explain to us what life in Afghanistan is like?
To start with, you're pretty happy to just get your feet back on the ground after getting in one of those hercs. And yeah, stepping out of the back of that herc, and all you can see for miles is just big, dusty, dirty mountains and not a great deal else. Very similar to what I'd imagine the surface of the moon would be like.
It was October 2009 and Sergeant Andrew Cox was on his second deployment to Afghanistan. Conditions were gruelling, carrying weapons and equipment in searing heat, some days nearing 50 degrees. And then there's the threat of danger looming at almost every turn. It wasn't long until that threat became reality.
I was over there for just over 2 months, or just under 3 months, and then got hit by a roadside bomb. So basically it went off behind me 3 to 4 metres and filled up the backs of both my legs and both my shoulders from the pelvis down with shrapnel and stuff like that, shrapnel and rocks and all that sort of stuff.
What had seemed like a normal situation for Andrew and his team had just become an emergency. He was evacuated from the base and taken to Kuwait and then Al Minhad Air Base. This was an experience he'll never forget.
It was, I wouldn't say it was good. It was definitely a life-changing experience. I suppose people who have had car accidents and stuff like that can relate to it, but when something like that happens, everything is just in ultra slow motion. You know, I can still see now, like it's just like a black cloud getting pulled across the front of you.
The blast left Andrew without feeling down one leg, and he still has shrapnel behind his knee and embedded in his shoulder. But he has recovered and works at Puckapunyal, training the next round of soldiers in an Artillery Command Systems operator course.
What does ANZAC Day mean to you?
I suppose from a young age, growing up and living so close to Puckapunyal, and having that military influence throughout the town for as long as I've been here, you know, obviously as a red-blooded male, it sort of provokes that, oh, I wonder what they do all day, and you know, soldiers are pretty cool sort of thing. But yeah, definitely growing up and having that respect for, you know, the ANZACs and the Rats of Tobruk and now the other blokes that have served in Afghanistan and East Timor and Iraq, and at the end of the day, it's all about respecting the people that are willing to do something that you're not, you know.
And now there's young kids and scouts who had the same sort of feeling that you probably did growing up as a kid and looking to you as a hero. How does that sit with you?
Definitely not a hero by any means. But, you know, everyone needs an idol, I think. You know, 99.98% of the time, if you meet someone from Army or Defence in general, they're going to be a good dude. And they're going to hold themselves well, they're going to hold their country in the highest possible values. And at the end of the day, they've signed up to do anything they can to protect the country and promote the country as a good place to be.
Do you think Australia is a good place to be?
Definitely.